Well, ladies and gentlemen, a very happy 2024. I hope everyone's recovered after the New Year celebrations. Is certainly welcome back to the channel. Keith here from Commander Hoops. This is your first time viewing the channel. If you can press that button below, subscribe, it would be really appreciated. So let's talk about Celtic versus St. Mirren today. Away, 5 o'clock kickoff on Sky Sports. We're coming off a flying result against Rangers last Saturday. The heads are high. This is our last game before the winter break. And then after the winter break, we have to contest against Bucky Thistle in the Scottish Cup. Always a difficult place to go, Paisley. We went there last season, early parts of last season, they beat us. And then we went in the latter end of last season and they're beating them there. Really good organised team. Stephen Robinson has done a phenomenal job with St. Mirren this season. They're in the top six. They're pushing for some European football. And yet they've had their ups and downs with recent results. But they're coming off a good result against Aberdeen away in Batodry. 3-0 they won in the last outing on Saturday. So that was a surprise result to a lot of people because at the end of the day, Aberdeen are struggling. They're struggling since the cup final. They're struggling since you're playing in Europe. But it's all about Celtic today. It's all about getting the 3 points. It's all about making it count for ourselves. We can't be complacent. We've went there over the years and dropped points at St. Mirren. We had a game in hand after Scottish League Cup and we ended up drawing 0-0. I remember that game. So hopefully it's not a replica of that game. We've had some really good moments there as well. A particular moment that sticks out to me is Paddy McCourt's solo goal at St. Mirren when he skinned past the 5 players and put it in the back of the net. Unbelievable. So yesterday I done a podcast talking about who would start today, and I've had a thought about it overnight, and I've changed my mind on who would start slightly. So this is my starting lineup. I would go with Joe Hart in goal. Joe Hart pulled off some really good saves the other day against Rangers, but he's questioning for the free kicks against Hearts and Rangers is questionable. It really is. What is going on? Can he not cover these angles in the far post and then up in the corner? So I really hope we get a new goalkeeper in this window. I know we'll be linked with Ipswich keeper and the Norwich keeper. I will talk about them in further depth on the channel in the next couple of days. Alistair Johnston scored in this fixture last season. Hopefully AJ starts getting back to the level we once known AJ for when he came in exactly a year ago. Played his fourth game for Celtic a year ago today. Crazy to think. Greg Taylor. Greg Taylor has been on and off of form this season. He's played every game. So Brendan Rodgers, I don't know if the situation with 18 months left on his deal, is he going to give him a new deal? Or are we going to go out and look for another left back? We definitely need a new left back if Berta Bay is moving on. Liam Scales has been the surprising package this season for Celtic fans. Obviously, he looked like he was out the door in pre-season, but while the injury crisis that we had, he stepped in, formed a partnership with Naroski, with Larga Bielke, with Welch and Carter Vickers. He's been called upon and he's been consistent. So Liam Scales is in there. Naroski came off the bench for Welch the other day when Welch got injured, and he was solid for the last 25 minutes of the game. So Naroski, big game for him today to make it count for himself. At the end of the day, there's going to be a lot of healthy competition in the new year with regards to after the winter break, after this final game. We'll have the boys can analyse, train in Lennoxtown. Some of them might go on a bit of a winter break somewhere and enjoy the holidays. But the players that need to work to keep their careers at Celtic need to be kept behind and sit down at the table and say, well, okay, you're part of my plans, you're not a part of my plans. Brendan needs to have a chat with them and a chat with the board as well, because at the end of the day, this is a big window. We can't be complacent. Callum McGregor will start defensive midfield like he did the other day. He was outstanding that midfield. I just felt like he back to old Callum McGregor. Them tackles on Cantwell, them battles with other midfielders in the Rangers midfield. He just looked like he was completely up for it, the real package that we've been missing a majority of this season. I love Callum, but I just feel like he's been off of this season at times. Bernardo has to start. I think Bernardo, obviously coming off the goal against Dundee and then replicating an absolute unbelievable finish against Rangers, he has to play. It wasn't the same type of finish. Obviously, what he done against Dundee, the Rangers one was a different level. So Bernardo has to start. David Turnbull, pretty good record against St. Mirren over the years. I'd start David Turnbull. He could sign a pre-contract any club now. If he wants to save his Celtic career and be here long term. He's only 24 years of age. He needs to play games. He needs to score, and he's already scored against them this season already. Lewis Palmer has to play in the left. I thought he played pretty decent against Rangers. A lot of people are still questioning his ability. He's still gelling it in, folks. I think he's been unbelievable. Liel Abada has to play in the right. I know we have Moyedi, we have Forrest and Mikey Johnson there and Yang, but the Alabada for me, we missed him big time on that right flank, and he needs a bit of minutes under the belt. And then KYOGO up front. KYOGO has to play. At the end of the day, always going to the Asian Cup. KYOGO wasn't picked. The only way he's going to get back to that Japanese squad long term is scoring goals and be consistent. And he's been off it this season. And hopefully the goal in the derby, revives him, getting back to the confidence, getting back to the goal scoring. We all know what KYOGO is. So my prediction for the game, I'm going to go 3-1 Celtic. I still feel that we're going to leak a set piece if it's a free kick or a corner. I fancy Bernardo to score one and KYOGO double. Let me know in the comments what you think of the score today, and I shall speak to you at full time.